Welcome back, my Witch Doctor friends and fellow Diablo 3 fiends. This is the Jade Harvester set dungeon. We're going to have some fun and complete Jade Harvester set dungeon today. I'm going to briefly go through the skills and gear required. However, if you're looking for an in-depth build video guide, I've already done that. It's uploaded. It's good to go. I'll link it at the end of this video, and I'll also post a link in the descriptions below so you can find the written version with all nice fancy pictures and stuff on D3 Planner, and also you'll find a link at the end of this video which will take you directly to my in-depth Jade Harvesters Sacred Harvester damage over time Haunt Locust Swarm build. So we're going to just get into the set dungeon stuff. Let's start with skills right now. We're using Haunt with Poison Spirit, Locust Swarm with Cloud of Insects, Piranhas with Paranado, Soul Harvest with Languish, Spirit Walk with Severance, Horrify, Frightening Aspect. The passives we're using Confidence Ritual, Spirit Vessel, Grave Injustice, Creeping Death, but passives aren't very important for this. The gear, you want 6 pieces of Jade Harvesters, you want Lakumpa's Ornament here, you want the Traveler's Pledge with the Compass Rose ring and amulet set there. We're using Ring of Emptiness, the Haunting Girdle here, Vile Hive for our Mojo offhand, and of course the all-important Sacred Harvester here. Now with our Canai's Cube here, we're using Wormwood, Quetzalcoatl, and Convention of Elements. However, Alright, first of all, we need to talk about the objectives for the set dungeon before I start taking out gear and explaining why we need to do some less damage. So let's talk about the objectives first, then I'll get into the changes that we're going to make from this setup that I just spoke about. Whoa! Sorcery! So, looking at primary objectives, harvest 15 enemies simultaneously 10 times. So, in order to soul harvest 15 enemies at once, we have to group them together and make sure there's at least 15 enemies there for starters, but we also have to make sure they don't die too quickly, so we have time to actually group up 15 enemies and soul harvest them. So this is why we're going to take out some gear shortly, and I was getting a little bit ahead of myself there, so I thought I'll quickly explain the objectives first and explain why it's important to do a little bit less damage. Also, killing 100 enemies afflicted by both Locust Swarm and Haunt. This is very easy because we've got Wormwood equipped and we're also going to be spamming Haunt, and as we kill enemies, because of the skills and the gear we have equipped, Haunt and Locust Swarm is going to move on to different enemies as we sort of progress and kill enemies, so that's not going to be an issue. The big one here is harvesting 15 enemies simultaneously, so that means at the same time 10 different times. However, there are groups of worms in this set dungeon that make it a lot easier, and there's always probably up to 20 to 30 of them grouped up at once. So if we just group them up a little bit more with our piranhas, with Paranado, then we can jump on in there, making sure they're not all killed yet because of the gear we're going to take out in a second, and then bang, we cast our soul harvest and we'll get that objective pretty easily. So this is why we're about to take out some items, so we don't do too much damage and we're not killing enemies before we can even get to them to get that first objective and harvest those 15 enemies 10 different times. So back to what I was talking about earlier. What I do in order to decrease some damage and make sure we can get that first objective with no problems and things aren't just getting killed too quickly is I take out the Ring of Emptiness. So this basically lets us deal 272% increased damage to enemies affected by both Haunt and Locust Swarm. Because everything's going to be affected by both Haunt and Locust Swarm throughout this challenge rift, we're going to be doing way too much damage, so this will immediately decrease 272% damage just right off the bat just by doing that. Otherwise, I'm keeping everything the same except for Canai's Cube. Like, all other gear here stays the same, like it's fine. However, we're still doing a little bit too much damage, and we're going to go looking into Canai's Cube right now. So Quetzalcoatl, Locust Swarm, and Haunt now deal their damage in half of the normal duration. So again, it affects both Haunt and Locust Swarm, which is going to be affecting every enemy on our screen that we're attacking, and it's going to dish out all that damage in half the time, so we're losing more time. So we're going to change this to the ever so useful illusory boots. This is going to make things a hell of a lot easier. And like I mentioned, Wormwood Locust Swarm continuously plagues enemies around you. So as we're running around, this little aura or this area of effect here that you see, which has that little sort of green cloud coming across, anything that comes around this location or this vicinity is immediately affected by Locust Swarm. So we don't have to cast Locust Swarm. We're just going to be spamming Haunt there. Super, super easy. They're the only two changes that we're making. So there's nothing else we really need to do other than that as far as changes go. Now that we are ready to go, we open up our maps here, and where you want to go is Act 4. And you want to go to, so when you open up your maps, just make sure you choose Act 4 here. For those of you that might be a bit new, you can sort of navigate your map up here. Make sure you zoom out. Navigate your map up here. I can't talk today. Navigate up here. So zoom all the way out, and you can choose your different acts. Go to Act 4 and go to the Gardens of Hope first tier here. Don't mind me. It is the morning. Once you land here, just do a 360. Or well, actually we're facing the right direction. But what you want to do is, instead of moving forwards, move backwards. Move back on here. And we want to click on the Vestibule of Light, and we just keep on moving down. Alright, let's do a bit of speed increasing. I know we've got lives to live. I'm going to take out some of these enemies here, just to make life a bit easier so they don't come and attack us. And if you keep moving forward here, in this corner, boom! Your Jade Harvester set dungeon will appear. Now don't forget, please don't forget to have all 6 of your Jade Harvester's items equipped. A lot of you will be asking how come the portal's not opening for the Jade Harvester set dungeon, because you have to have the Jade Harvester entire set equipped. Unless you're using the Ring of Royal Grandeur, which allows you 1 item less, and that will still give you the full 6 set bonuses. That'll still give you access to the set dungeon, but you must have the 6 set bonus activated for your Jade Harvester in order to access the set dungeon. Or, if you don't want to complicate things, just have all the 6 items equipped and it's going to pop like this. So, we've already gone through the objectives here. I've explained why we've had to downgrade some gear and make a couple changes. They're minor changes. We just have to do a bit less damage so we can get that first objective, because all my set dungeon guides are going to be for the mastery achievement. We're going mastery. We're not doing just some sort of normal achievement here. Hell no. We're going for the mastery achievement to make sure that all my followers out there, all my creepy little freaks, get their awesome wings. If you haven't got them already, if that's what you're working towards, you're going to get them. It's no problem. Let's go on in and do this together. And I've actually become so good at Diablo that I don't have to use my hands anymore. Like, you probably think I'm not playing right now because my hands aren't on my mouse and keyboard, but I am. I'm actually playing. I'm just using my mind because I've played Diablo so much. I've just developed that kind of strong connection to it. Now, of course, I'm kidding. I've actually completed this set dungeon a few days ago, which benefits both. Oh, here's the first pack. So, bang, 22 souls harvested. So that's 1 out of 10. So we're doing a bit of less damage here, and also having this recording done. Another pack. Look, so just group them up with your piranhas, and then bang, 24 souls. It's going to be easy. We've already got 2 out of 10. So this benefits both me and all of you beautiful creepy people out there, because I can talk more shit and I don't have to worry about concentrating on the set dungeon itself. I actually completed this a couple days ago, or a few days ago now. As you can see, the Paragon levels are a bit different, and I was just getting ready to do this video, but I wanted to do my awesome harvested 20 souls on the dot. I wanted to get my Jade Harvester build video ready first and then do the set dungeon. So I completed the set dungeon. So here we go, try and group them up. We won't get 20 here, no way. Oh, maybe. No, I doubt it. 9, not even close. So yeah, I wanted to get my build video up first, which is up, and like I mentioned, I'll have it posted at the end of this video, and you can just click on it and check that out. 19 souls. Oh, it's 15. I thought it was 20. So 15, that's easy. We're already halfway there, 5 out of 10. So yeah, this benefits both of us, because I can sit back, drink coffee, relax, and watch myself play through the game. But it is super easy. Like I said, just make those two changes. Without Quetzalcoatl and without that Ring of Emptiness, I find that the damage is still really good. It also gives us just enough time to get in there and get those souls harvested. And like I mentioned, you want to definitely target those worms. I wouldn't try really grouping up enemies other than them. Like right here, perfect. Bang, 19 souls. Whenever you see the groups of worms, there are going to be more than enough. There are ample groups of worms throughout this challenge rift. Sorry, challenge rift. Set dungeon. I keep getting my freaking things confused. Because I do so many challenge rift guides and set dungeon guides, I get them confused sometimes. So sorry if I called this a challenge rift earlier. Bang. So 7 out of 10. What I was trying to say was plenty of groups of worms out there. Target the worms. These single elites running around, just take them out. Here we go. So to make things even easier, use your piranhas once you come across the worms. There's another big group up there. I wonder if that'll get us our 9th. Oh no, they're all dying. See how Haunt and Locust Swarm kills things? This is why we have to move quickly, and this is why we had to remove those items, because all those worms, oh my god. Heaps here, so many. I reckon we'll get 2 here, another one up the top there, easy. So there you go, that's 10. We've just completed all of our objectives right now, so now we just have to kill every enemy left, so we don't have to worry about grouping up enemies and making sure that we're gonna get, 15 we're going to harvest at once simultaneously. Right now we just have to kill every damn enemy left in the set dungeon. I was going to say challenge rift again, but set dungeon. Challenge rift is tomorrow. Come back tomorrow and the weekly challenge rift video will be up. I love doing my weekly challenge rift videos. I'm going to help everyone get you those materials so damn quick so you can just play your seasons and have fun and enjoy this game and life. So 14 monsters to kill. We're nearly there. Oh, here we go. This is going to be it. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. There it is. I didn't play it live because I did complete this. Like I said, I wanted to get my build video up first. The link to the build video is about to pop up at the end of this one as my outro music kicks in. Don't forget to check out the description below and I'll post a D3 planner link for the actual Jade Harvester build. And that way you'll have the exact copy of my build that I used, and then I made those 2 changes. So we removed the Ring of Emptiness and I also removed Quetzalcoatl and put in Illusory Boots. For those of you that aren't aware, Illusory Boots just lets you run through pretty much all your enemies and everything that's on screen, allowing you to really move and be able to group up enemies nice. So those worms, we can go right in the middle of the worm pack and then we can cast piranhas, or we can just soul harvest right in the middle of them and we'll definitely get that objective done by harvesting 15 different enemies 10 different times. That is the set dungeon. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm hyped up on caffeine right now. I'll probably do another video. I got a new pet. God damn it. I got a new pet this season. I've got 2 new pets this season. I got them quite early on in the season, to be honest. I just haven't uploaded this second pet. My first one was the succubus, and this one is a haunted ghostly type. What could it be? Make sure you subscribe, click that notification bell, and when I upload the video, it won't be a secret anymore. And I know that you're all dying to know what my new pet is, but at least with a notification, you'll be notified as soon as the video pops, and that way you won't have to be killing yourself in suspense and just, really wanting to know what your creepy uncle has obtained. I love you all so much. Make sure you come back any old time. Any damn support that you can give me is much appreciated. And don't forget, I love you all.